You are listening to the Pencil and Paper Podcast Network. Visit pencilandpaperproductions.podbean.com to find more great podcasts.
Welcome to the Palace of Megapixels. This is Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo!
And welcome to Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo. I'm your host, Stephen White. With me is my co-host, Todd Stark.
Hello.
And Lacey Finley.
Happy 2019.
Hooray!
It's here. We made it.
We're here.
New year, new me.
That's right. I can't really say it's a new show, but it's a new show now.
It's the newest one of the year.
That's right.
I haven't seen
First
y'all all
of the
year.
Brand
So
new.
guys, it's been a while, and how have you guys been? Tell everyone how you've been. I know how you've been. I've seen you.
Right. I still talk to you.
Yeah.
I didn't cut you out of my life for a whole year or 2 weeks or whatever it's been. I don't know.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3
Just
weeks.
love the time off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
nice. It's been relaxing. The weather could have been nicer, but we're not going to get into that.
There was a couple of days it was really nice.
Ours
just
have
a
been
couple.
unseasonably nice, but for us, like high 40s, low 50s is really good. We're like, sweatshirts and shorts and flip flops. Sorry, my throat, I could tell, is already going.
Got up to
But then
70
it like,
degrees
and
here
then
once.
it took a nosedive. So
We just gotta
17,
get
I'm
back into the
jealous.
rhythm of our, get our voices back into it.
Yeah.
First
In
of
the
all, I
early
wanted to kind of bring up while we were off, we had that little podcast that I did.
yes,
Just little stories and whatnot, and I was kind of hoping that people kind of took to it. I noticed it got quite a few views,
Yeah,
so
they
I think
were
people were
great.
interested.
They were
I was happy to see that. So there will be more. I think it'll, for right now, be kind of an interim thing that when we're off or we need a break, there will be one waiting. So if I could do it all the time, maybe. But I think right now it kind of works for that kind of fill-in slot, just to kind of give some, everybody something, a little bit of something.
nice
while
little
I'm off.
bite-sized stories. I thought they were.
Yeah.
I thought they were lovely. I really liked them.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But big question, guys. We've been off for a while. What have you been playing? Lace, what have you been playing?
Oh my God. So now it's like me trying to remember. Believe it or not, a viewer got me to play Arizona Sunshine on the VR.
Love it.
And we played the entire campaign. I was very impressed with myself because I was like, are you prepared for me to just shriek the entire time and get scared and throw this stupid thing off my face? Like, I'm such a wuss. And then you put me in VR. But it was actually quite fun. I mean, it's broken. It doesn't work very well. It didn't age well, even for only the 2 years that it's been out. We froze up a lot and had to start it over quite a bit, but we got through it. And so I guess that was my biggest feat since we were off, that I managed to venture into a quote unquote scary VR game and actually beat the original campaign. We didn't do the DLC or anything like that, but
Now, the DLC is not that great.
no. Okay.
Nah, I don't
We
know.
tend to play a couple of them and then we never come back to it. I'm still waiting for us to finish Star Trek too. Star Trek.
Oh, yeah. I do. I need to get in on that with you. I know I've been talking about that.
You do. Now that we
I
know there's
haven't done it.
crossplay on it.
That's right.
Yeah. But
that all you've been-
outside of that, I started the Long Dark Redux to see
Okay.
what was different, because I did play it long time ago when it first came out, because we're still only on 2 episodes, and they did change a little bit in the story. The gameplay itself, they like redid the HUD a little bit and how some things interact, but all in all, it was quite the same, but you were just getting a lot more story, so there was more characters to interact with eventually as you're going along, and so you get more backstory, and you could tell they redid the graphics a little bit because it does look quite nice, but I'm playing on PC, to be fair. I know it's also on console, so I don't know if there was a huge difference made on those or not. I can only speak for the PC version. I've yet to delve into episode 2 to see what they've changed, but It's a fun survival game if you're into hardcore survival games. But I was only playing the campaign to see what they changed because they called it Redux. So they did some new stuff to it. So, yeah.
Sure.
And that's all I can remember right now.
Fair enough. What about you, Todd?
I see. I finished Red Dead Redemption.
Okay. Oh, did you?
That was that was a big feat. That's a big story. It's awesome. I played the Insane Trilogy, Crash Bandicoot.
Okay. How was that?
A lot easier than I remember. Like, I think it's just because the controls are, redone. Mm-hmm. Not like as far as the layout, but like
a little more refined.
It seems to be more responsive to me, So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Started some City Skylines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had it on my phone, and I always I love the Sim City type games. So I got that on the big sale. At the tail end of Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. At the tail end of that, I enjoy the fact that it doesn't feel like it's going to be like Part 2 was. Like, you get to the end and is this the end? No, it keeps going, and you're like, oh my God, just end the game. Like,
yeah.
I feel like they're doing. I'm fixing to be at the end, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I mean, there's it's a lot of the same, but it's enough to keep me wanting to finish the story.
Okay.
I think if they did like presentation for that game like Uncharted, it would be a lot better.
I feel like they almost play the same though, honestly. Almost.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean, like
just like how the controls work and like the camera work and all that kind of stuff almost feels like when they rebooted it, to me it felt like, oh, it's kind of another Uncharted game but with Lara Croft.
Oh yeah. It does feel a lot like it, but the only difference is just like I said, the presentation. They it's just a generic cutscene. Mm-hmm. I don't think they do mocap for it. I mean, they might, but it just I don't know.
I want to say they do, but probably not in the same detail. But
yeah, it would be on par with Uncharted if they would do that, I think.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Steven? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No. You said it, then I thought you were done.
I started a little bit of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I hadn't really dove into that enough to know anything about it, but I started it.
Excellent.
Getting there.
And that was it.
Got a new one.
Okay. Now me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, it looked like he stopped and then at the same time I said it.
No, I actually had to kind of go over it in my head, like what did I play from where we stopped. I remember I was playing Guacamelee 2. Mm-hmm. I got through that. I didn't go completely deep, like 100% for the game, because there came a point where their challenges were so insane that I was just like, I don't know if I have the patience for this. So I'm just going to go ahead and beat the game.
Yeah.
And be done with it. But it was fun. I actually felt like the boss fight at the end, if you ever played the first one and got to the boss fight.
Oh, God.
And it was brutal. I felt like the boss fight in this was much easier. I don't know why. I just felt like I could handle this versus the last one where it was like, oh, my God.
Do you think maybe it's because you were seasoned? Because you had played the last one? Did they play
Could
the
have
same?
been. But it didn't seem like they were just like throwing everything at you. You just had to be kind of on your game, understanding how the boss fight worked.
Okay.
And I don't know. It felt so much easier to me compared to the first one.
That was a crazy ass boss fight.
Oh
in
yeah.
the first game, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I only did the regular story. I didn't go for the good ending, I guess. On the first one, I was like, nope, I feel good about this. Just gonna move on.
Mm-hmm. But after that, there was that Spider-Man DLC that came out, the Silver Lining. I tried that. I really enjoyed it. In fact, I even went before I started that. I think I mentioned before that I was going to try the ultimate difficulty on the game and New Game Plus. Did that. Again, didn't feel like the difficulty level was that much of a curve. But again, starting it on New Game Plus, you're already kind of built up in your power, your skill sets and whatnot. So
it carries over?
So you already kind of have that stuff, so I can kind of understand why it didn't feel that way. You're not starting from scratch. So I already kind of had that built in, so I think that made a difference. That's why the difficulty didn't feel much harder. But I did that. The DLC was cool. And I'm going to go ahead and mention this now because I felt like there's no other proper segue for it. I thought we were done. Like, this was it for Spider-Man. I don't know if you guys heard or not, but Insomniac is dropping hints that there might be a Fantastic Four DLC coming later on, and I was like, yes!
Your head exploded.
Oh, yeah, I was excited because I thought we were
that what
done
I
with
heard?
DLC.
I bet that it was just like when you seen that bridge during the Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Yeah.
It's the bridge.
Because they never specified that there would be anything after this one. So I was just like, well, I guess I'm done with this game. Good thing I didn't delete it. I was just like, I'll hang on to it. Maybe I want to come by and swing around for a little bit or something like that. Who knows? So I'm excited. I'm excited about
nice.
that. Borrowed Far Cry 5 from Todd. And that was another one that I was looking at maybe 100%. And then at some point I was just like, I think I'm done. I just need to beat the game. Because little things were just, it's like it was dragging out just certain things, going after this, going after that. And I was like, I'm just going to beat this game and be done with it. But it was fun. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had fun with it. There were just things about it that kind of irked me a little bit.
Seemed like you went through that one a lot quicker.
The airplanes were great.
Yeah, the airplanes were kind of cool. A lot of the weapons were kind of cool. I don't really even know what more I can say about it. I mean, if you played a Far Cry game, but the layout and everything was different, so it was kind of a nice change of pace.
Yeah, I like the setting.
Yeah. I tried. I've not like played it in detail, but I got to play a little bit of Spyro, the Reignited trilogy, the first game in that. I've never played Spyro before, so it was kind of new to me. I just wanted to kind of test it out because I bought it for my wife for Christmas, along with some other things that I won't get into. But I wanted to try it, so I tried it out, and it's pretty fun. I'd like to spend more time with it, but I've just kind of played it here and there. Mm-hmm. I finally, almost after an entire year of having it, played Secret of Mana. Because that came out in February it came out in February of last year, and it was a remake of an old Super Nintendo game from Square Enix. And I wanted to play it when they announced it. I was like, oh, I'm excited. Yeah. And I never got around to playing it.
I never played it either. I want to, though.
So I finally did. And it's a fun game. I would recommend if you've got a good partner to play along with you. It's fun to play with somebody.
Local co-op? Or
yeah. And as far as there's, games, they have a grinding bit, role-playing games in the way they do. Mm-hmm. This is not like Final Fantasy in that regard, but you do have the grinding where you have to level your characters, level your weapons, level your magic, and that's guaranteed. I mean, you definitely want to do that because it'll help you out in the long run. But there was a point where it was just like grinding, So if you can just kind of get into a situation where you can say, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do this for a minute, and then I'll move on. I don't think that's something you do with friends, or maybe you do. I don't know. Because there came a point where I felt
you
like
do in MMOs, I guess,
Yeah, very true. But we finished that. That was another one that I was looking at maybe 100%, and there was just a point where I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Because the grinding is where it got to that point where it's just like, I can't do this much longer. I'm already here. Let's just be done with it.
New year, new you.
Yeah. But that was the last game that I beat, and now I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm finally catching up.
On. I haven't finished it yet, though.
I'm
one day maybe. It's so long.
Yeah.
It is so long.
It is so
long. I would actually take points off it's so long, but the story needs to be that long. Mm-hmm. It's just damn.
I caught myself last night because I was looking at missions to do, and I caught myself at one point. I can't remember what mission I was doing, but I was out in the middle of nowhere, and I think I'd just gotten a new horse. I'd done a mission, and me and the horse were just walking around, checking out animals, hunting, just exploring. Yep. I didn't do anything else as far as story. I was just exploring, checking stuff out, and it was neat. I ran into some different stuff that I hadn't run into. I found a rattlesnake, which I was not happy about because I think I'd seen a wolf and a coyote, and I was just like, well, I'm going to take care of this wolf real quick because it's the hell with the coyote. And all of a sudden I noticed my horse was getting all agitated, and I was like, what's wrong with you? So I pulled out my binoculars and said, there's something around here. And there off in the trail sat this rattlesnake. And I was like, And I just started shooting at it blindly because they're like, no, die. And I missed it several
Leave my
times
horse
before I finally
alone.
shot it. But it was neat. I mean, just explore. I mean, it's a gorgeous game. Just looking at it, and I think even the settings, it's kind of calming at times. Just exploring what we were doing, just sitting there talking to my horse. It was nice.
Dude, it's an awesome time waster.
Yeah, you could definitely do that, and
Yeah.
it never feel like you are wasting time. You feel like you're doing something.
Couple hours have passed. You're like, damn, I've really done, I guess, quote unquote, nothing this
No-
entire time, And
Dude, there's just so much like just riding up on a house, and all of a sudden, it's a mission.
yeah.
And it doesn't even tell you that it's a mission. It's just, it is.
It's like I came here with good intentions, and now everybody's like, okay, fine, let's do this, I guess. Let's shoot out. Let's, all right.
And I've tried to be really good about what I'm doing, because I know that you guys talked about that before, where it's this line of being honorable or dishonorable. And I've
Right.
tried my damnedest to be honorable. And then
The game
I'll
doesn't really
always-
let you, though.
But
No.
there's always this moment where you're trying to help. Like, I think I was trying to help somebody out. Like, someone's stagecoach was being robbed and something like that. And I was like, all right, I'm going to help this guy. And then before I knew it, some other asshole shows up and was like, I'm reporting you. And I'm like, what? I didn't do anything. I was helping this guy out, you son of a bitch. So I was just like, damn it.
Well, it is called Red Dead Redemption. So I think that was my only thing. It's like for people who like truly want to just play good, you can't. Like you're going to go into the story mode. You're going to do something really bad. You're going to get a bunch of people pissed off. You're going to have bounties and then it starts you all over again, So it's like, I get it. But yeah, if you're the type that I always want to tote the really good line, the game's not going to let you,
But you could try. Yeah.
I
You can try to
eventually
make
got all
up
the
for it
way.
in the meantime, but you're going to do a mission and you're going to be an asshole again. And then it's just going to start all over.
Yeah, it's hard because I got all the way up my honor all the way up as high as it can go, and it's just one little thing. Like people attacked me and I shot them, and boom, it went down.
Yep.
I'm like,
or
oh,
I
man, damn it.
accidentally run over people with my
Yeah,
horse.
that too. I hate that.
I meant to slow down and I tried, and then
Do not ride your horse through Saint Denis.
Yeah, I did
Don't
that.
do it.
Yeah.
And it was very, very. I had to be very careful. 'cause
you
I was
basically
like,
just
"All right,
get off and
whoop,
walk
whoop,
the
whoop."
horse. It's the best thing you could do, or just like hitch him up, call it a day, and walk.
I never really thought about that, but yeah, where you could lead your horse. That's probably a smarter idea.
I like that little feature.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. All right, guys, you ready to talk some news? Because we
Let's
got
do it.
a lot of it.
There's a
Okay?
lot.
There's a lot. First, we're going to hit on the biggest story that's came out, and it's actually several stories about one specific company, and that would be Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
We had the first big topic was Activision split with Bungie, and this, from what we've seen, the split seems to be amicable and in Bungie's favor, for that matter, because it's giving them full ownership of the Destiny franchise.
I'm excited about that.
That's what I'm hearing. A lot of people.
I
are
hear a
really
lot of
happy
people,
about that.
they're ready to see what Bungie will do,
Yeah, because I wonder how much influence did Activision have?
Well, didn't
on
they
that
ask
game?
them to actually create Destiny, though? To be fair, weren't they like, hey, Bungie, we want a new IP, and they did Destiny?
Well, I
Or was
think
that...
I can't remember if Bungie was already working on Destiny and was approached by Activision for a new IP. I can't remember the
Okay.
beginning. I can't.
Sorry to
Now-
derail. I just thought that, I
No.
I thought that's what I heard, was that Activision was like, hey, we want a new IP, and then Bungie did Destiny for them.
Now, as far as this move being good for Bungie, apparently it's not looking good for Activision Blizzard because their stock prices have dropped since
yeah?
that split. So
Didn't that
it's-
just happen like a day or
Yeah.
two ago? Yeah, wow.
So it's hitting them pretty hard.
Their
Now,
stock had been up.
on the opposite side, on the Blizzard end, the founder and co-president of the company, Mike Morihami, which I hope I'm saying his name right, he stepped down last year and moved into an advisory role, but apparently since this split, like almost immediately after this, split was announced, he's out in April.
Really?
He decided to walk away. And then on yet another step forward that they announced, there was this big announcement that one of the characters in Overwatch, Soldier 76, along with a character in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Prophet, they were announced in comic books or something like that these characters were gay. And everybody was kind of, I guess, excited about that. But when this announcement came, there was a former Blizzard employee that came out and said this is all an illusion on their part, like saving face, so to speak. He said that while he was working there, his name is Jules Murillo Cuellar. It's one of those names I'm hoping I'm saying right.
Guy.
He opened up saying he was a victim of racial abuse and discrimination back in 2016, and even mentions hardships going from a temporary employee to a full-time employee, and felt that he had made it when he did that, but immediately the team dynamics changed and he became the target of racial abuse, and that ultimately led him to the brink of suicide at one point.
Oh man!
And
Dang.
now, granted, I am nutshelling this, so I mean I'm not really doing the full story justice. So he's put it out in a blog out there in the internet. So go look it up.
So
if you
go
wanna
read
see,
that. Yeah.
understand it. But this is one of the statements he kind of put in that blog. He said, "I write this today because the Soldier 76 announcement and subsequent tweets I did triggered me. The reason why it triggered me wasn't the message, but who it was coming from, Blizzard Entertainment. The idea of inclusion, of representation, and every voice matters, and think globally never meant that for me and for other people of color I have spoken to, because up until recently, in the last 2 years, has the community had some representation and initiatives. But are we really represented?" Now, Blizzard also, commented after this statement came out, and they are essentially denying his claims, saying that that's not what they do. They don't, promote that in the workplace. So this kind of comes down to a he said, she said kind of situation. So I don't really know which way to lean, because you want to believe the victim.
Well,
Right.
it's probably the case that the high ups say that,
Mm-hmm.
and his immediate bosses and like middle people are all just, hateful as hell.
They're the ones who are guilty. So
Yeah.
it's I'd say there's a filter somewhere. If this is coming from the top, they don't know what's going on downstairs.
Right,
They don't
yeah.
know.
They
all
don't
these
care.
things, 'cause
They're
we've
not
seen-
on that
we've seen
floor
that.
every single day.
Yeah.
Interacting. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I can understand you don't promote that, but it could still linger in your business.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You need to look into it.
Right. Definitely at least take it seriously and look into it for sure. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. Don't just
especially
dismiss
like
it.
I feel like last year we had a lot of that with different companies
Mm-hmm.
coming out with whatever the case may have been, not necessarily in this particular category, but yeah, I think your CEOs, come on, man, just like
Yeah.
go check into it. Like, what's the worst that happens? You find out nothing. I don't feel it's time wasted to do your due
No,
diligence.
absolutely not.
No, there's all kinds of dumbassedness in every big company, it seems like.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, moving on. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Japan has now made it illegal to mod video game consoles. They've added.
Yeah, I think I did actually. Yeah.
They added amendments to their Unfair Competition Prevention Act, and the new provisions are as follows. The distribution of game save data editors and programs, distribution, selling, auctioning serial codes and product keys without the software maker's permission, services that offer editing and hacking of save data and or modifying and hacking game consoles. Anyone caught violating these terms will be subject to paying a fine of 5 million yen and the possibility of 5 years in prison.
Ooh.
So,
Ooh.
no modding.
Ooh. The
Yeah.
prison sentence where I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You can rape somebody and get less time here.
Right? Oh.
So
Good God,
again,
though,
they
man.
say it's a possibility. They say you can be fined one or the other or both. So we'll see how that works.
I feel like the
But,
fine would be bad enough. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, 5 million yen. That's pretty hefty. Well, looky there. We have a little straggler coming in here.
Stragglers.
How you doing? Don't mind us, people listening in the audio world.
You know how it is, I'm sure. Some of yes.
All right, the next story I have, this was actually something that happened, I think I was aware of like the moment we went on break, and I had some strong feelings about it, so I'm glad I can talk about it now because there was more to it when it happened. While we were away, there was a Twitch streamer known as Mr. Deadmoth, and he became a well-known figure on the platform. He's a 26-year-old Fortnite player who'd been trying to make a name for himself, and he did just that because of actions that took place during a stream back in December.
Yep.
His pregnant girlfriend could be heard off stream berating him for playing Fortnite, telling him, all you do is play the game. We've talked about this numerous times on the show where, people are addicted to this game and that's all they do. They put their time into Fortnite. Mm-hmm. And, you just kind of go into this thing where they're yelling at each other back and forth. She threw something at him. He threw something at her. And from what I could see, there were two obvious differences in the objects thrown. One was not a hard, solid object, which she threw. And, of course, he took it to a more aggressive tone. Eventually, he gets up from his stream, and you can hear him smacking his girlfriend in the background.
Yep, with kids.
And with kids crying, all because of this goddamn video game. Audio that was heard from the assault could be heard. It was actually used as evidence to back up charges against him. I don't know if you'd ever want to go see this or hear it, and because it'll just make your blood boil if you've got a heart.
Yeah, I've seen the entire video and not just the edited portion just to make him be the complete and utter villain. I've seen the whole thing. And yeah, it's hard, guys, if you go watch it. Like, definitely keep that in mind. It's uncomfortable and it's very hard to watch. It's very hard to watch. But I wanted the whole scope of the story, so I went and watched the entirety of the thing, yeah.
Yeah, and there was even talks that there's been a history of abuse between the two of them, but
there has to be.
I mean, at some point,
there has to be.
There's no defending what he did, by any means. Anyway, he was promptly banned from Twitch, or at least seemingly, because apparently on New Year's Eve he was streaming again, and to the audience of 300,000 viewers. Mm-hmm. So Twitter lit up. People were just like, what the hell, Twitch? And then they were just like, oh, no, it was an oversight. We'll ban him again. Which, come on, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in that whole situation.
So, yeah, this guy's an asshole. Don't support him. Please don't support him.
No, and I mean, I'm sure, like, especially it blew up, I'm sure a lot of those people are going in there to try to flame or berate him or do any of that kind of stuff. And, I mean, I don't know. I have very strong feelings on this whole situation, actually. Like, it's really very disappointing because it's a platform that I'm on. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that was just like, just to call it an oversight is just, I don't know. I mean, I'm of the opinion that both sides are just, I don't know. The whole thing's garbage. Like, the whole thing's garbage. Sure. Like, I know a lot of people go after him, and what he did was not correct at all. Nobody should be hitting anybody. Let me put that out there. Nobody hitting anybody. But, I mean, she did just keep instigating and throwing things. And then, so, like, that's why when I'm watching it, I'm like, this isn't like a first-time thing with these two. No. I was more impressed is probably not the right word, but more impressed that, like, just you kept the stream even going.
Yeah.
Like once she came, like you probably knew that this is how your relationship is. And as soon as she came in there to start, like, stop the stream, man. Like, attend to the business. I don't know. But yeah, it's very disappointing. I think both sides need to counsel or do something. 'Cause, like, it's not a good household.
They staged all of it.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be funny.
What's that?
They staged all of it.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny?
Well,
just for
funny,
views.
I guess is like I don't know. Yeah, like, I mean, if that's how you want your name to be out there, then I mean, I guess okay. Yeah. I don't know, because I mean, he did serve jail time, yes, or he was at least arrested or something.
I don't think he has yet. I think
because I mean, it was on their local news. Because where's he from? Yeah. Is he Australian?
I believe so.
Because it was on their local news, because that clip was used, and I do believe, or at least arrested. I don't know if he stayed in jail or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just very disappointing. And if it was her side, I would be saying the same thing. Yes, just be banned, just be done. Like, who's to say who started what, and that doesn't even matter at this point. Like, I don't know. Twitch, come on, that's all.
Garbage people. That's all we're talking about.
If they did stage it, it would be the equivalent of the 5 heartbeats. That would be the Twitch 5 heartbeats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
They're just
Well, we'll
making
move
some
on.
decisions lately. That's just really kind of disappointing.
Yeah,
I just,
we'll move on.
You know.
All right, now there was some controversy that happened in Japan while we were off during New Year's Eve, well, I don't know if it's our New Year's. I don't know. Let me just tell the story.
I mean, they get it first. They're in the future.
Yeah. So anyway, Creatures Incorporated, who's one of the co-owners of the Pokemon franchise, they're best known for doing the trading cards and the toys and stuff like that. They got into some trouble, I guess, to put it lightly, recently for visiting a shrine in Japan. Now, this may seem ridiculous just saying it like that, so let me get into the details of why this was such a big deal. And I've got a little history for you, so you're about to learn some stuff.
Give me some knowledge, baby.
Yeah. Hatsumode is the first Shinto shrine visit of the Japanese New Year. Generally, wishes for the new year are made. New amamori, which are charms or amulets, are purchased so the older ones can be returned to the shrine to be burned. This is very much a generalized description of what it is, so I apologize if I'm not doing it justice to anyone who knows what this is in greater detail. But anyway, many of the shrines have massive lines for days. This goes on for about 3 days, if I remember correctly. Some opt even to go to Buddhist temples instead to do this Hatsumode. Anyway, Creatures Incorporated, they visited the Imperial Shrine of Yatsukuni, which commemorates those who died in service of Japan from the Boshin War of 1868 through 1869 to the First Indochina War of 1946 to 1954. However, this shrine has been met with controversy since these shrines are meant to house the souls of the dead, and the Yatsukuni Shrine is associated with war criminals and many Chinese and Korean citizens who were forcibly recruited into the Japanese army. And enshrinement typically carries an absolution of earthly deeds, hence why this is such a hot-button topic for these countries. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Creatures Incorporated went there. They did their Hatsumode there. This saw many fans from China and Korea expressing their displeasure, demanding apologies and the like, which led to them deleting their Twitter post about the visit. I try to understand these situations, but it's so hard for me being someone who doesn't have these connections, you know?
Right.
Like when you try to understand other people's culture and why this bothers them so much, you know?
Right.
I don't have that. I don't have an understanding for that. So I have trouble relating to what they're talking about, like why it bothers them so much, because I can look at it and be like, so?
Right.
But I don't understand.
Right. We weren't brought up that way. We don't have that
Right.
ingrained in us, that different level. Yeah, no, for sure.
So I don't mean that to be disrespectful by
Right.
any means. I'm just saying that
We don't come from a place that gets it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. So I don't understand the big deal behind it. But I do understand that it can be for other people.
Right.
You know.
And to just respect that, yeah.
Exactly. I respect their belief systems and whatnot, so that it's hard for me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm a straight white guy in America.
We don't have these traditions.
Yeah, I don't have problems in the world apparently. So
Well, the straight thing is to be determined.
Oh, well, is that right?
Well, man, you're kind of sweet on me sometimes.
Is that right? I thought it was the other way around.
I don't know. I'm not going to judge.
But you just did.
Anyway. What else we got? I don't know if you guys heard about this one, but there's a studio, Slightly Mad Studios, announced that they were working on a console to compete with the big boys, Sony and Microsoft.
Good luck.
And they are creating this thing called the Mad Box. Mm-hmm. And
have you seen it?
I have not seen a picture.
It looks ridiculous.
It looks like some kind of...
It looks like a big M.
Wow.
The thing I seen looked like maybe it would have. I seen it laying down, so I didn't notice the M. But like it looked like they ripped off Alienware.
Yeah, it does this big whoop. You know, I'll have to show you the picture, man. It's funny. I mean, they did go, well, this may not be the final, and I'm like, well, I hope not. Make it at least a lot smaller, dude.
Yeah,
square.
Please don't do that. Anyway, what makes them think they can topple the giants, guys? Well, let me tell you what Slightly Mad CEO and founder Ian Bell said. He said it's the most powerful console ever built. And, people were like, are you trolling us, dude?
No, it could be. He could be right now.
Perhaps.
Until the new ones come out.
I mean, they were saying it's not for a couple of years, though, still at least, right?
Right. Now, outside of the 3 core ideas that he promised, which were true 4K, VR at 60 frames per second, and a full engine for free for game development, I don't think there was much else that was really known outside of the design concepts that you guys were talking about.
They're going to go broke.
Most major VR headsets will be supported, and it is said to allow games from all developers, old and new, while also being priced competitively, I don't know why I struggled with that one, among other consoles. And on top of that, Bell said that the console will support a cross-platform engine, and he has no interest in exclusivity. So no titles just for the Madbox.
And then they'll never survive.
Well, you never know. Give them a chance.
No, they won't.
So,
Is this
the VR thing, though, so are they saying any, PC VR headsets or just
A lot of this, I
PlayStation
think-
or just...
I would assume we're talking Vive, Oculus,
Okay.
Yeah,
Things
that's
like
what
that.
I'm thinking.
Interesting.
because I can't imagine PlayStation's VR headset would work.
Yeah, I just was wondering, how you would do that, but anyway.
I really feel like a lot of this is PC based. I think that's why you can get away with we're the most powerful. I'm sure he's got some massive PC engine crammed into it. Or
Yeah,
they're
that's
building
what I think
one.
this really is one of those Alienware boxes kind of thing.
So we'll
I
see.
don't know. I'm up for the competition. Let's see. We'll see what happens.
All right, guys, you ready for some quickets? Quickets.
Yeah.
Now I've got a few that happened during the break, just for update's sake, but not a whole lot. The first one being is that Soulja Boy, because we talked about his consoles and handhelds, he took them off the market.
Yeah.
Because legal threats started looming overhead, so it was like nah. So like I said, I was pretty sure that shit was illegal.
Oh yeah.
So
He knew it.
he knew it. He was just hoping to make a buck, and I'm sure he did. Slapping his name on something. The Creative Artists Agency signed Dr. Disrespect this week in an effort to focus more on streaming talent. So look at that. There's agencies hiring streamers now. How about that? Lace, you gonna look into that?
Yeah, well, I'm not controversial enough, I guess, or,
Oh, yeah,
or
that's
big
true,
enough
that's
or
true.
whatever.
Stage something.
Yeah.
Stage something.
Stage a fight with your husband.
Oh, that's true. No.
And you beat him up. You
Yeah.
beat him up.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, just stop playing games with people.
I'm just talking right now. It's Twitch Sings. Leave me
That's all you
alone.
do is sing.
Just want to sing Backstreet Boys. Really
Universal
do just want to sing Backstreet.
Universal Studios have canceled plans for their Nintendo-themed attractions based on Zelda and Pokemon. Now, didn't they recently announce, or someone announced that they were making a Nintendo theme park or something, or like a Super
I thought
Mario
we
theme
mentioned
park?
that before.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that.
So I'm kind
Yeah.
of wondering if this wasn't in response to just, well, they're doing that, so screw it. Let's just not do that. Or maybe
I don't
it's
know.
moving
My brain
elsewhere.
wants to
I
go
don't know.
like Disney was doing it or something. I don't know.
I feel like Disney should.
Yeah.
I feel like in the partnership with Nintendo and Disney, not that they need to own anything else in the world.
For real.
But I'm just saying.
Just a partnership, though,
yeah,
would be
I feel
awesome.
like it's a match made in heaven. Then the Witcher DLC for Monster Hunter is coming out next month. So if you're excited to see Geralt and fighting
I'm so
a
interested in that.
great
actually.
Jagras or whatever. I've forgotten the monster names.
Yeah, no.
Or I'm mixing them up with another game. I don't know. If you want to go see it, fight a big monster.
Is it free
There you go.
DLC?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As far as I know, they didn't say, hey, you got to pay for this. A new Splinter Cell game was teased by one of the Sam Fisher voice actors who wasn't Michael Ironside. I was disappointed to find out he's not doing the voice anymore.
Oh, I know, because his voice is just, I love his voice.
Yeah, he's amazing. I love
But
it.
a Splinter Cell game, man, would be welcomed.
Yeah.
I missed him.
I haven't played one in a long time. I think the last one I played was on the 3DS.
I never did. I knew somebody who was addicted to them, but I used to watch it a little bit. We're talking shit way back in the day. 15 years ago, maybe.
Back when he had his awesome voice. I'm Michael Lyons. I can't even.
Yeah, he
do it.
doesn't
He's
really
just-
have
he's
that
just so
voice
awesome.
anymore, does he?
I don't know.
It's not. It doesn't. He doesn't sound the same.
Probably.
Well,
not.
people, it changes and you get older. Don't hate.
Well, his balls dropped.
Yeah, it took him that long.
It took a while, man.
Mine haven't dropped.
Okay. Never mind. Anyway,
TMI.
Things you wish you didn't know about your brother. One.
Oh, hey, before you go
yeah.
to the next one, Bungie was already working on Destiny.
Oh, they were? Oh, okay.
Update.
Update.
Carry on with the
Breaking news.
Zelda 2 Adventures of Link and Blaster Master are coming to the Nintendo Switch Online next week. I would like to play Blaster Master again. I haven't played that in a long time.
I would like to play Zelda 2 again just to see how ridiculous it was.
You know, it's not as bad as they say, but it does have some flaws. So I'm not going to say it's perfect.
The very second one, like way back when?
Yeah, like way back when they
Super
changed the
Nintendo
entire
days?
format, and you're like,
Yeah.
what is this? This is not the Zelda game we had before.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know,
crazy.
I'm still diehard, man. Original or bust.
Part 3 is my favorite.
It's a good one. They're all good.
Yeah,
They all
are.
have their
Even the new one. I've been playing Breath of the Wild on my little girl's Switch.
It's like, I'm taking this.
Yeah.
A follow-up to Alien Isolation was announced in the form of Alien Blackout, which is a survival horror mobile game.
That pissed so
Mobile,
many
yeah.
people off, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I mean, it does look good, though, if you're into that. I mean, it does
Yeah.
look really good.
Okay, so I was reading, I think they dropped it on Twitter that they had an announcement coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I started reading the comments, and they said, if this is a mobile game, and then boom, it was a mobile game.
Well, I think they were all like thinking they were going to make fun of it because of the Diablo thing.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, watch. And then they're like, oh, wait. We
And
were
then some
joking.
people were like, if this is a comic book, I'm going to scream. But they did say that they are planning on making regular
working on something.
games.
And apparently
Well,
Ripley's in it still, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Still
And it's
following
like
Amanda.
not a continuation or something. I don't know. It's very weird.
I didn't go into great detail. I just saw mobile alien game. Okay, cool.
Stopped reading and I'm not going to play that.
See, I'm trying to learn stuff, so I'm prepared.
That's fine. That's good. Quick question, guys. How many exclusive Xbox One games had positive reviews last year?
There was
I would
Xbox
say-
One games.
Truthfully, probably one. But then I think they said 0.
Yeah, it's 0. No
But,
Xbox
like exclusive, like to the Xbox or Microsoft, because that's always been my thing with that. Is like whatever came out on Xbox, I could just get on my PC
One. Well, I would assume they just meant the Xbox.
outside of like Halo or
So,
whatever.
Sea of Thieves.
Oh
And
no, I can play
State
that
of
on
Decay
PC.
2 and
Yeah, they
all
don't have
these-
any true
all these games that
exclusives.
they claim to be exclusives.
So that's why I say Microsoft.
Yeah. See, this is why people need to. I won't even get into it.
Yeah.
Marvel and game developer Second Diner are seemingly teasing a Fantastic Four game. So yeah, I mean, it's the year of the family, man. They're coming back. They got a new comic. They're coming to Spider-Man. They're getting their own game.
I think a game would be awesome. Like if you could switch in between them, you know.
If they do it right.
Yeah, if they do
'Cause
it right, yeah.
They've done that before, and it was god awful. They've been put in the wrong hands. I think Marvel's finally trying to put them in the right hands. Like seeing what Insomniac could do with Spider-Man. If they have faith in Second Diner, then they'd be like, "Hey, do you guys want to try this? See what you can do with it." Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
And finally, Jack Black has jumped onto the YouTube scene with Jablinski Games, a gaming channel that is not what you'd think. Have you seen what it is?
I've not looked into it yet. I saw and I read through the article and I was just like, well, I like Jack Black. And then, I don't know, I just probably forgot.
So when I heard Jack Black Gaming Channel, I was like, oh, so he's going to be like doing video, like playing video games and stuff on YouTube. And I was a little like, we don't need that. But then I watched his first video and I was like, oh, this is not that. This seems to be like a love and appreciation for old games. And old games, what
okay.
I mean is the first video, he was at an arcade looking at old pinball machines and showing them off.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And
yeah.
stuff like
okay.
that. So I was like, so you're taking people to these places and showing them these old games and these.
You know, there is a pinball streamer on Twitch.
Yeah, you was talking
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
So he's just showing off this history of games.
Yeah.
At least that's
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
seeing. You know, just from him walking around this arcade. So if that's what it's going to be, I'm in. Because
Yeah.
after I watched that, I was like, okay, you've got my attention. I would
Right.
love to see more of this, where you're just showing stuff off.
Old gaming cabinets and stuff.
Yeah, because you don't see that. So
Especially for the kids these days. See how we used to struggle?
exactly.
It was real.
Break a dollar, you got 4 chances. That's
Yeah,
it.
got it. That's it.
You couldn't put your points on a card.
No. So I'm excited to see what he does with it because it's not what I expected. You know,
Right.
you promote it one way and you just assume, and then you see it and you're like, oh yes, I want more of that.
For sure.
I'm excited. Truth or trash time.
Let's do it.
Whoa, I've got 4.
4, that's a lot.
Are we keeping track still?
We were
2019.
We need to
Come on,
we need
man.
to start keeping track.
I got to be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have
Okay.
the edge.
Certainly, all of these things we'll know sometime this year.
But I won't remember what I said.
or at least.
Give me too much credit.
All right. First,
Uh-huh.
Amazon will announce its own game streaming service this year.
Truth.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Everyone's
say
jumping
true.
on the bandwagon.
Okay. I
I got too excited about that. I'm sorry.
You know, what'd you say?
Yeah, give me a
You got a
your
pen?
pen.
I got a pen right here.
All right. I'm gonna give it a check.
I believe it. But wait a minute. You said Amazon?
Yes, Amazon.
Don't they own Twitch? So they're
Maybe.
starting another one. Mm-hmm. Maybe I got too excited too fast.
No, you said truth.
I did.
Well,
And
I got
you gotta-
excited.
You got to think Amazon could easily just engulf Twitch at some point and be like,
Oh,
it's
boo
not
and hiss.
Twitch anymore. It's Amazon streaming. You know?
So starting their own. Okay. I guess I'll
but
stick
what if
with
they're
my
talking
first answer.
about streaming video games?
Yeah.
I mean, like where you rent games.
Yeah,
like Game
that's
Pass.
what I was kind of thinking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, still truth. I'll still stick with truth.
Yeah,
I got
think
too
true.
excited. I got to commit.
Yeah, I was thinking like PlayStation Now or the
Yeah.
Xbox Game Pass, stuff like that. Either way.
The
it
world of
doesn't matter.
saying streaming now is all screwed up in my head.
I understand. I understand. All right, the next one.
But still, yes.
Okay. The PlayStation 5 and the Xbox 2, is what I'm going to call it,
Okay.
will be announced at E3 in 2020.
I say trash. I say it's announced this in 2019.
See, I was going to say I feel like this year we would hear about PS5. I don't know anything about another generation Xbox. I'm going to say trash too, not just because Todd did, but I feel like we're on the cusp of it within this year.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless
I
we're
think that's
just,
why-
we might just be fabricating all of this stuff too this whole last year, but I feel, I don't know. Yes,
I think
I'm going
that's
to
why
say
Sony's
trash.
quiet and Xbox is already talking about it, like at the last E3. So I think this year is the year they announce it. Hell,
Now,
Xbox
it may
might
not
even
come
bring it out
out
this
until
year.
2020 or 2021, but I feel like we'll hear about it. Whatever. Anyway.
Well, like I said, it's all about the announcement.
Yeah.
That's what I said. So
Yeah. The announcement.
next, Ronda Rousey will portray
Trash.
Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat 11.
I'm going to say truth.
Yeah, that would be
She
awesome.
was already in a game,
Okay.
and I feel like she would do really well at it.
She kind of looks like her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see them coming to her and being
True.
like, hey.
Hey, we're on the same page.
Look
for
at this. Look at
3
this.
out of 3.
Y'all are all over.
Okay, I'm
Right
going to
here.
have to be contrary on the last one. Just,
Yeah.
to see who
Well,
You don't know
this
yet.
Is,
You
this,
don't
is,
know.
this is big now.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The Last of Us Part 2 will release this October.
Whew.
That's hard. I'm going to say truth.
Oh, I have to think about it because Druckmann comes out with this picture and says, we just got through with mocap for a big scene. We'll show you more this year.
Oh,
So-
it might be next year.
I'm going to say truth.
Okay.
I'm going to say truth. I'm going to say they moved it to October because April is the freakers, October's for clickers.
There you go.
Well, I would feel like Halloween always would seem like a good time for it. I guess maybe I already had it in my head that we heard 2019. We just didn't know when.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I was thinking late.
I'll say this, on all the videos and stuff about 2019, a lot of them have left out The Last of Us.
Well, we'll see. This is why this is truth or trash, people.
Yeah. But
these are not facts. We're trying to discern that right now.
Yeah. But I'm going
we
to
have
say
no idea.
I want to say truth because I feel like this is the last big hurrah for the PlayStation 4. But saying that, they could stretch it out into the beginning of 2020 and then roll out with the PS5, like end up really strong, you know?
Could work.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Who knows?
Well, I put you down for truth.
It'll get delayed so they can, do for both systems or something.
Okay. Weird news time.
Weird news.
So, we were talking about Twitch streamers earlier. We got another one that did some stupid stuff. He goes by the handle of Mango.
Hello, Mango.
He was recently banned from the platform for, quote, dangerous consumption of drugs or alcohol. During a stream, which I'm assuming it was either he was watching or it was after the Philadelphia Eagles-Chicago Bears playoff game.
Oh, is he a Bears fan?
No, he was a Eagles fan.
Oh, then he was happy.
Yeah, exactly. He celebrated hard on camera. So much so that he blacked out on camera. However, he says he jokingly fell over, into the floor, then disappeared off into another room, then came back and then crawled up and, he was like, I just went and talked to my girlfriend, then came back and turned the stream off.
Not take a nap and then came back 4 hours
he
later
didn't
or
pass
something.
out on. It was all a joke. But it's
The TOS is pretty specific about those kinds of things.
What's funny about it is many of his fans were very much encouraging his drinking on stream.
Of course.
So him blacking out is not surprising. But after an announcement of his ban on Twitter, some fans actually called him out and suggested he seek help. Because it was like, yeah, dude, if you're not realizing you're drinking that much, maybe you should do something.
Well,
But
the thing.
what's funny is a lot of people are even saying, well, should he have been banned for that? If it's in the terms.
Yeah,
if it's in terms,
you're not supposed to consume anything to any kind of I don't know how it's exactly worded, but like to dangerous levels of anything. Like even if you're consuming massive quantities of hot food that can send you to the hospital because it causes an ulcer or something like that. Like it's I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't be doing that stuff on camera anyway. Just don't be drinking and doing drugs. I don't care if it's legal in your state, or your country or what. I don't know, but whatever. That's just my own opinion. That's my own opinion.
Understood.
I own me. I own it.
Did y'all see the end of the Eagles and Bears game?
We did not.
Okay, so like
he was very
deserved
confident
to
in the
drink
Wii.
as much of that he wanted because they won by 1 point and the football hit every part of the goalposts that it could hit and then bounced back out. So I would have got drunk too if I was an Eagles fan.
Yeah, but on camera, come on, man.
Yeah, on camera and passed out and just probably shit myself.
And went and talked to your girlfriend and then came back.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Okay, the wife. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was just mocking the situation.
After that drinking binge, she probably wouldn't be talking to me.
No,
anyway.
she'd have rolled her eyes and be like, "Oh, Todd,
I'm doing a
just
sign."
walk away. So the next thing I've got. Have you guys heard of a movie called What Still Remains?
Yes.
Heard of it.
Oh yeah.
Don't know anything about it.
I don't know. I didn't know much about it either.
I sent this to you, didn't it?
You may have, yeah. Let me describe the synopsis for you. After the loss of her family, a young woman struggles to survive in a world long since destroyed by disease. But when a lonely traveler offers her a place in his community, she must decide if the promise of a better life is worth the risk of trusting him.
Okay.
I mean, does that sound interesting to you? Does it sound familiar at all?
No.
No?
I mean,
okay, well,
kind of blanket to probably a bunch of other movies.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure I'd watch it, but what was interesting about this film is if you didn't know anything about it, and then you saw the original movie poster for the film, a real gamer would be like,
I think I know what you're going towards now. Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was a direct replica.
Oh, dude, it was just
But they changed it like just enough. I do remember seeing the picture, and then was it like the dev of The Last of Us or somebody who actually retweeted it and was like, WTF?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you look at them side by side, positions are identical. The layout behind them are identical. Even the camera angle, how it's turned.
Like the age of the people.
Yes,
I remember seeing. Well, you know me and my Twitter, like my addiction to going through Twitter feeds.
Yeah, we need to stop that.
It's a sick addiction. I need help.
Once all this was pointed out on social media, they apparently took it down and revamped their poster to something very, very generic. Where it's just like them standing and it's very orange and it's just like, oh.
So are there zombies in this movie?
They said
it's
that
like
they
an
were,
apocalyptic kind of deal. Like, I don't know. Like they
it's
definitely look like Joel and Ellie.
I think it's kind of like a 28 Days Later thing, but they're not quite zombies. They're just like driven mad, like
Oh, well, I'm in. I'm gonna watch it.
something like that. I don't know.
I don't have Netflix.
I'm making an educated guess based on what I read. The next thing I've got is back in December, Facebook banned the trailer for the game. I think it was supposed to be Gris, because I don't know why that says Driss. I'm going to say
Why
Gris.
Gris, though? Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
Gris
You're going to tell me.
from Devolver Digital, stating that it was sexually suggestive. Yeah, I remember seeing this trailer and I'm like, what? If you view it, nothing could be further from the truth, because all it is just like the silhouette of a statue that's a woman, and she's not nude. It's a statue. That's it.
Stop being scared of boobs, people.
Yeah.
Boobs are great.
I don't understand. It's a silhouette.
I think
of a
now they're just
statue.
like probably too over jumpy.
Probably so.
Just, you know.
And the last thing I have is Nintendo has confirmed that Bowsette is not canon. Like we didn't know.
Okay. But yeah, I
Damn
didn't
it.
know.
I mean,
that
come
was
on.
Obvious. But
Like they were going to own that.
Right. Not like it's a
Guys.
problem, but I figured it was just a fan created thing.
Yeah. Well, they're uppity about stuff too. It's time for
I'd buy that for $1.
Or two.
I have
Because it's a new year, so we're changing it a little. I made that up. Don't.
No, it's usually way more than $1.
Yeah, it's always more than $1. If I could
And
ever
we don't
find
play it
something-
right anyway. We're like, well, what I would pay for it.
This is what
it
I would
actually
pay for it.
costs.
So I have quite a few little bits here that I think you're all going to enjoy. All two of you.
All two
All
of
two
us.
of us.
Now, first of all, we've talked about the Arcade 1-Up cabinets before, right?
Is that the ones that are at Walmart?
Yes.
I
where
love
they're,
those.
They're very small arcade cabinets. You can even get like a booster for them or whatever. They announced 4 new cabinets.
Please.
And I'm sold on one in particular.
If it's Donkey Kong with Donkey Kong Jr., I'm buying it.
Well, let me get into it. Now,
Do it. I'm excited right now.
I'm
I'm
gonna
fixing
go
to buy
ahead.
2 of these.
I'm
You
going to
should
go
see
ahead
him, people. He's up in the air.
I'm going to go ahead and say the price. I know this is not normally what we do, but we've talked about these before. So this is $2.99.
Yeah.
This is what they go for.
Which is a good price.
It's a really great price for what you're getting. So you tell me, knowing the price going in, if you would pay for essentially the cabinet and the games you're getting. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to a little different. All right, in February, there's going to be a Capcom machine that features Final Fight, 1944, Ghost and Goblins,
Oh, shit.
and Strider.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I would buy that one.
I mean, it's
Final Fight. Just
Final
for that
Fight.
one.
Yeah, it's. I remember playing that.
That was one of the first games I got on Super Nintendo.
I don't want to take away your joy, though. It's very
No,
cute to
it's fine.
watch.
But you don't have a connection to these.
I do not.
I can understand.
I unfortunately
I
do
mean-
not. And I'm sad looking at your faces like I've been screwed in my childhood.
You have been.
I
We're
was,
gonna have
apparently.
to get you. We're gonna have to get this, and then you come over and we play Final
Yes.
Fight together.
I give you the first 5 quarters.
Oh, thank you. Woo!
I mean,
That's
Final
like a
Fight was
deal in
cool. I
today's
remember
It was
money.
so
playing
good.
that a lot.
I remember how good it looked.
Also in February, there's going to be a Space Invaders dedicated cabinet with 2 versions of the game, the original black and white and color version.
Ooh, nah.
I can do without that, yeah.
Like, I just know what it is, so I went, ooh.
In June, we get the Golden Tee cabinet, which is a home variation of the hit arcade golf game.
I know a bunch of people that buy that.
This also includes GT Classic 01, Golden Tee 2K, Golden Tee 99, and Golden Tee 98. And it will also include the authentic trackball for that proper feeling of the golf club swinging gameplay.
Am I wrong, but did Centipede not have the ball too?
Did. Mm-hmm.
Okay, like they have the Centipede cabinet, but they don't have the ball. So I was kind of disappointed when I seen that.
Yeah, I could see that. Mm-hmm. So, you want to play golf in the arcade cabinet?
I remember playing that at the bar.
Right? I feel like that's the only time I've ever played like a Golden Tee game.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, it was fun.
September's where it's at, though. I mean, granted, the
Please
final
be
fight.
Donkey Kong.
The final fight's awesome. In September, we have the Data East cabinet, which includes Karate Champ, Bad Dudes vs. Dragon Ninja, Burger Time, and Caveman Ninja, which is also known as Joe and Mac.
Nah, I would just...
Okay. The last one.
Oh, Donkey Kong, please.
The last one is where...
He got it with like his emotions, people.
This is the one I want, and this is the one I'm afraid that it's going to sell out massively. If you don't
nobody appreciates them in Lebanon, so
well,
we're good.
That's true. The Mortal Kombat cabinet. Ooh. The cabinet replicates the MK2 cabinet and will feature Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and Ultimate 3.
Ooh.
I would consider.
I would come over and to your house and play it.
I mean, I want it.
I would. I'm still sold on the very first one.
Okay.
Ghosts and Goblins.
So these are all separate items.
Yeah, they're separate cabinets, but you're getting the experience of these things within one cabinet.
Gotcha.
They ought to come out with like an old Play 10. Do you remember those?
Play 10.
There was like the Nintendo games, and you'd select one, and you only had a certain amount of time to play.
Oh, shit. Kind of like the Resident Evil demo?
Play choice or something like that, yeah.
Did you get the Resident Evil 2 demo?
No, I remember. Yeah,
I've downloaded it. I'm going to play it today.
We only get one shot. Do not miss your chance.
Oh, I'm going to die instantly. It's going to be bad.
You only have 30 minutes.
Yep.
So, none of these, you don't. Well,
not for me.
Two of them. I think I would get 2 of them.
Okay. I mean, I want the Mortal Kombat one for sure. By the way, I'm gonna do a plug. I have no interest in this, or like I have no.
Hashtag not an ad.
Yeah, it's not an ad, and it's not
not sponsored.
I don't know the guy personally or anything like that. I found it fascinating. If you like Mortal Kombat, there was a guy on YouTube, goes by the handle 616 Entertainment, I think it's what it was, and he did like this full, like retrospective, in-depth look at all the Mortal Kombat titles. I'm talking like 1 through 10, and then even the spin-offs that they did, like Sub-Zero and Special Forces and stuff like that.
I forgot they did that.
And they were just like 20-minute videos, give or take, except for I think the last one was about 40. And they're just in-depth looks into these games and what he loved about them. And I mean, there's, granted, you know the low points in the games, but he tried to be positive about most of them. And I don't know, if you love the franchise, it was an interesting watch. So I would recommend it. Check it out. What else we got? Oh, since we know that the arcade nostalgia is clearly in the air, during CES, there was I guess a company, My Arcade. They announced new additions to its mini cabinet and handheld arcade roster. Last year, it debuted mini cabinets of Dig Dug and Bad Dudes vs. Dragon Ninja, but now you can get that in the other thing, so you don't need this mini cabinet.
Bad Dudes. Bad Dudes was a good game.
This year, we're going to see old school games, and these are all priced the same. So I'm just going to explain them to you, and then you tell me if you'd pay this. Like, what would you pay for one of these?
Okay.
So we have the Bubble Bobble Elevator Action Micro Players. This is arcade cabinets that gamers know and love, but they're scaled down to 6.5 inches for desktop play.
Okay.
And each micro player features artwork inspired by the original arcade cabinets, as well as full-color 2.75-inch screen with volume control and a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack.
$20.
Eh.
I think they're like
Yeah.
15 at Walmart.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'd probably be on the same page.
well, you also have the Bubble Bobble Pocket Player, which you can get your retro fix on the go with iconic Bubble Bobble, or the title Bubble. God, it's a tongue twister. Bubble Bobble, and then the hard-to-find cult classic Bubble Bobble 2 and Rainbow Island. These Tatao, I said it right, Tatao. Classics are available in portable format for the My Arcade Signature Pocket Player, featuring the 2.75 full-color screen and ergonomic design. But you also have the Don Doko Don Pocket Player. This is the first time this game's ever been in the West. It's a Japanese platforming adventure game. You can get Don Doko Don and Don Doko Don 2. God, I'm doing it. They're also available
Bubble bubble don doga don.
with the quirky classic Check and Pop.
Check and Pop.
I mean,
No.
nothing? Okay. What about Miss Pac-Man? Miss Pac-Man Micro Player, scaled down to 6.5 inch for desktop play, all that stuff that I mentioned before with the Bubble Bobble. So it's the little micro cabinet, or you can get the Pocket Player with Miss Pac-Man. And if that's not your thing, but with the Miss Pac-Man, by the way, you also get Sky Kid and Mappy. You remember Mappy? No.
I remember the name. I've never played it.
Exactly. But you could also get Galaga,
It's a good game.
which comes with Galaxian and Xevious, or Dig Dug, which comes with Dig Dug 2 and Tower of Druaga. There we go. How much would you pay for any of these pocket players?
Well, I'm an anti-clutter human, and I'm not the audience, I feel, for any of these. But if I were to, I don't know, like, they're individual, $30.
Okay.
The Pocket Player, 15. The desktop thing, 25.
Okay, well, they're all $34.99. So,
Wow.
there you go.
Yeah.
Finally, they also announced the Retro Champ console, which allows you to play original NES and Famicom cartridges in HD, and it comes equipped with an HDMI port to plug into your TV.
Wait. You just put the cartridge in it?
Yep. You don't need a legacy console.
Oh, I want that.
Okay. Here's the caveat now. You have the HDMI port to plug into your TV. It does not come with wireless controllers. They are sold separately. But this is because the console has a built-in 7-inch screen that allows for portable play.
But why you
that's cool.
still wait? I don't know if I understand.
So it's
that.
like
How
a
are
little-
you still gonna play it without controllers?
It's built into the console.
Oh,
so it's like
okay.
a handheld,
It's kinda like
but
a Switch.
you can.
I was just gonna say like a Switch. Okay.
So how much would you pay for that?
Oh.
Okay, now tell me, is it just the original NES?
From what I know, yes.
Okay, so it's no Super Nintendo kind of stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so
And it takes the cartridges
Mm-hmm.
from like back in the day.
So if you have the
$69.99.
cartridges, huh?
$69.99.
Okay.
I was gonna say probably like, well, it's Nintendo, right?
But it's not Nintendo's brand. It's just a
Oh.
console that can play those games.
$50.
$79.99.
Ooh, that's close.
Because I was thinking
I would
once you
pay
bought
that.
the controllers, they were probably gonna be 20 or 30 each or something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean you're gonna be paying for the controllers too, so or you can just play it handheld.
When does that come out?
I don't know. They didn't say.
Ooh, I want it.
So see, I still have a lot of my Nintendo games.
I do too.
But
So this
the
would be
My Arcade Retro Champ console.
But
My
watch it
arcade
not
retro
work when you
champ
blow
console.
in it.
You'll have to, yeah. Well, ruin them all. Don't you remember? We were all bad children. That was not how you were supposed to do it.
Yeah, it does ruin them.
All that
blew them.
moisture. We're like,
Yeah, we spit
Right
all
into our
on in there.
games.
Like,
The last thing I have, I really don't have a price on it, but you just tell me how much you'd pay for it.
Okay.
Because it's not going to be that much. I mean, but still, everyone's favorite little
because
doughboy.
you know we're cheap. He's like, you're not going to pay that much.
You know,
I you
everyone's,
guys by now.
yeah, you know everyone's favorite little doughboy.
yeah.
They're jumping into the Pokey craze with the new Pillsbury Pokemon sugar cookies.
Jesus
Gather
Christ.
the family together and take turns placing pre-shaped and printed cookie dough pieces onto a cookie sheet. Bake and enjoy. Catch them while they're hot.
Gotta eat them all.
Dude, and then next week we're going to talk about how Nintendo's suing Pillsbury.
Well, certainly this is a PR move because you just got the games coming out. You got Detective Pikachu coming out.
I want to see
Have a cookie while you play.
So, I mean, do y'all want to buy those? How much did you pay? It's like
For the cookies?
Yeah.
Better be like $2.99.
I was going to say, like, what? They might come in the little pop-open tin thing.
Well, I think they'd probably come in those. Don't they make
Yeah.
them like in the little sheets now where you
Yeah.
just.
Oh, there's that too. So, yeah, so I'm going to say if they're on the sheets, then like $5 probably because you're also getting the accoutrement to go with it.
Somewhere in between, you guys are right on.
Yeah.
Okay, release dates. There's actually not a lot. I was surprised.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
kind of a slow
This is
month,
the slow time. I was expecting the Switch to kind of eat up a whole bunch of space, but they didn't. So on January 15th, we have Vane for the PlayStation 4, Smoke and Sacrifice for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, The Walking Dead Final Season Episode 3, Broken Toys for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, The Grand Tour Game for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, Onimusha. Did I say that right? I don't care.
Yeah.
Warlords for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Then on January 16th, we have Planet RIX 13 for Xbox One. On January 17th, we have Feudal Alloy for the Nintendo Switch. Yik. That's what it looks like. YIIK. Yik. A postmodern RPG for PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. As Divine Hearts 2 for Nintendo Switch. Hell Warders for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Gunman Clive HD Collection for Nintendo Switch. And Mega Mall Story for the Nintendo Switch. Then finally, on January 18th, we have Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes for Nintendo Switch.
You ready for that, ain't you?
Just got to get him a Switch.
Maybe, kind of, sort of. I want to support it just to see No More Heroes 3 happen. Then we have Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown for PlayStation 4, PSVR, Xbox One. And then Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet, Dissonance of the Nexus. Jesus Christ. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, plus the Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet Complete Edition for the PlayStation 4. These
Okay,
titles,
have you seen Ace Combat?
I have not.
Looks beautiful. If it's on VR, I'm going to get it.
It's on VR.
Yeah.
So go get it.
There you go.
Check it out. Guys, I haven't been this excited to play
What the hell did you just say?
in some time.
In a long time, eh?
So I'm excited because I think I've got some good ones on
So
here.
here's what I think we ought to have a spin on this new year for this
Okay.
game. Is when we get through, you award 1 point for each round,
Okay.
and we track who wins every week.
Well, I can do that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, give me your pen.
Oh, you got to.
Now,
Yeah.
and now, are you
well,
going to
yeah,
accuse
give me-
him of being biased if I win?
No, I'm not. 'Cause I'm terrible at this game.
I mean, I want if I hear something and I'm amused by it, good. If you stumble around, you're definitely not getting a point. So
Now, are there negative points? A lot.
no negative.
no
points
negative.
on it.
It's
This is
either
not
you get a
fantasy
point
football.
or
like
you don't get
like
anything.
you just. So we're just getting 1 point per. Got it.
How many rounds do we have? Are we gonna set a round number each week that way?
I know we should do like just 3 apiece, probably.
Okay, let's do 3
or yeah, 3 apiece. Yeah, because that can be a clear.
because I have a lot and I usually don't use them all. I just kind of pick and choose whichever
Yeah.
one sounds good at the time. So, all right, Lace, we'll start with you. How
Okay.
about you tell me what Temple of Pizza is?
Temple of Pizza. Oh man. So I think it's just another like Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff. But you're actually playing like a character like Indiana Jones. And so you're going for the quest for pizza, but of course along the way you're in like this theme park where there's a bunch of jump scares and everything like that. Like the Crystal Skull jumps out at you or something, really dumb like that, since I heard there's 4 movies apparently coming out soon. And so it's a series of jump scares to find the ultimate pizza recipe. And then you can be rich forever.
Jesus, I'm hungry right now.
I mean, I'd play that. I think I would. Todd, this one's specifically made for you.
Oh, see, look, he's catering.
Boobs or GTFO?
Oh, this is easy. You okay? First off, you have to go through this game and earn money somehow or another. I hadn't really figured out how you earn money, but you earn money to upgrade your car, because upgrading your car gets better looking women in your car, and when you get them in the car, it becomes like a dating sim, and the whole goal is to get them to show their titties, boobs, if you will. Or they can get the fuck out.
Well.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And it's also not safe for work.
Very true, very true. What do I want to give you? Because there's so many good ones here. All right, how about you tell me what Katie armed with a cat is?
Katie armed with a cat. Oh, so this is like the female Duke Nukem, right? But instead of, just like a regular gun, it's kind of like, what game did that? Gat Out of Hell or whatever, where you actually like put the cat on the end of the gun. Okay, so so it is a series of, it's this really awesome adventure that you're going on, and Katie is armed with her pussy. And so you're going through, and it's a series of like mice getting thrown at you, and you're throwing the cat back at it, right? And then depending on how you've leveled up your cat, or if it has good claws or really big teeth, or you fed it well with catnip, which is all these specials that you get, is how well that it can tear up these mice. And obviously they get bigger and badder as you work your way to the big boss mouse overlord. And there's, I would play this.
I want to right now.
Where mice takes over.
With the pussy line, I was sold.
That's your pitch. All right, Todd.
There's no way I can top that.
You never know. You did all right.
Checkmate.
All right. How about this? Tell me what pull ball is. Like pull.
Pull ball.
Like I'm pulling
a ball.
Pull ball.
Okay. So you have, this is like a simple, like just, it's a puzzle game. But you have this ball with a rope on it. And you have to pull it through these areas. And it's like I don't even know how to fully explain this game. I've played it only one time. And, I was drunk. But you just have this series of, I guess, obstacles you have to get this ball over. And there's certain ways you can do it. There's power-ups to maybe make the ball bounce. At some points, maybe it makes it float. And then some of them, maybe it makes it heavier because you would need to trip a lever or something like that. But it's just, you got to get from point A to point B, and you got to figure out how to do it. And you got to pull the ball.
I don't want to play your game.
Yeah. I didn't even want to describe it. Yeah, see, I lost that round because
It's okay.
the pussy got me.
All right, well.
Just fumbled the whole
Lace.
thing. Yes. We should just end on my last one. Apparently it was too good.
Yeah, that was really good.
I'm nervous now.
Well, yeah, this is going to be a good one because you're going to have to think on this one. What is Box the game?
Box the game? Oh, Jesus. Okay, so it's about this mime. And he's been trying to work the streets to make money. You know how like those people in New York and all those busy cities, like they're out there doing their talents for money. And so you're starting off as Bobo the mime, and you start off in a hometown street, and it's all about how well you can obviously mime. You're in the box to start. And then maybe it's, you're pulling the door. And then it's a series of like QTEs to how well that you've been able to gather your audience and do the mime moves. I don't know. They're probably really called something, but I don't know. And then as you graduate through to the large city of New York, you get Times Square next to the naked cowboy. And that means that you've won because you've gotten the corner. And yeah, it's just a series of like QTEs and how well you can mime and how much money you get at the end of it. And then you win when you get to go to like Vegas on stage.
I'm not playing your game.
Okay.
Yes, I can tie it up right here.
Yes. Okay, Todd. I'm gonna let you do it because this is what this is gonna be based.
Did
on.
I tell you the emotional story behind Bobo though?
Did she say something about her pussy?
Doesn't matter. Because if I'm gonna be giving scores, I have to want to play your game.
That's fair.
That's what this has to be about.
I agree.
I don't
However
play
you
your
want to
game.
score it.
That's fair.
I
That's
think
fair.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I like that.
If I like what I'm hearing, I'm like.
I mean, he is our dungeon master at this point. Like, we
right.
can't argue the rules.
So, Todd, who is this man?
So it's like a guess who of like a murder mystery, and you. Okay, so I guess there's a crime committed, and everybody's blaming the new guy in the room. No, I don't even. No.
Your pitch is falling apart.
Yeah. Shit, I just lost. I don't know. I have no clue.
Okay.
I concede.
I liked where you were going with it, though.
I know.
Could have been
and
like
I
a
lost-
clue-based game, you know?
Yeah, I lost track.
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
got too many games mixed together.
It's okay. So we'll just say Lace wins.
Damn it.
2019, first
2019.
one.
Damn, I hadn't won all year.
I was hoping.
I started strong.
Steven,
fell
but to
flat.
be fair, Todd, I have 2 for Steven.
Oh.
Yes.
So this could be against him a little bit because we'll confer.
Okay,
We'll
go ahead.
confer.
Tell me
Okay,
if you wanna
so
play my game.
I will. So first one, furries and scalies and bears. Oh my!
Okay, so I don't know what scalies are,
I don't either.
but I know what bears are, and I know what furries are. So
Mm-hmm.
this is, one of those games that's all about this meeting of kinky stuff. So there's this furry rally going on that no one knows about. But then next door in this other campsite, there's this bear rally. And then whatever the hell scalies are, I'm guessing they're reptilian furries or something. I don't know.
That's what I think.
We're gonna go with
We're
that.
gonna go with that. Yeah.
They're all at this campsite together, and then what happens is each one from each of the camps, they converge because they all had to go pee, and they meet each other. And then what happens is that they are curious about the others, so the characters that go and meet and pee out in the woods, they have to infiltrate the other person's camp to see if they can learn more about them. And then you have to get away with pretending to be that other person.
So it's like a stealth game.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to, like, the furry has to become a bear, and the bear has to become a scaly or whatever, and you have to convince all the other people in these camps that you are that same person, that you are into their kink.
No, I wouldn't play.
No.
No,
I'm like halfway in. I'm not good with stealth games, so that might be unfairly swaying my opinion.
Okay.
So I hope the next. I hope I don't want to play this one either.
All right, so Mo for one. That's fine.
Okay. Pogo stuck. Rage with your friends.
Pogo stuck.
Rage
with
with
your
rage with your friends.
Okay, let's see. You are riding around on a pogo stick when the game starts, and then you get stuck into a crack in the sidewalk that you're bouncing on, and then you are angry because you have to get it out, but you can't, so you have to rage hard enough to pull your pogo stick out of the concrete.
Is it
How
like
well
a
can you
series of
rage?
different holes you get stuck in?
Yeah. So how well you can, and they get harder each time, so you have to rage more and try not to have a heart attack in the process or an aneurysm.
No.
No?
No,
I get
I'm
to me
surprised.
I feel like it's a mobile game. Like I could see that where
Yeah,
you have to
for sure.
tap really hard to like rage it. So if it was a mobile game for free, I would play it for a minute.
And you have to be careful because you might break your screen tapping it, going, "Come on!" Because you're raging.
You rage.
Yeah, you're raging along with him.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
I feel like you get one full for both for me. I'll do half on each.
All right. So I've got 1 point.
And I might just be because I want to
with me.
win.
It's fine. It's okay.
Although I think that you would actually play pool ball.
I mean, it just no.
It's hard to explain, but when you play it, you will fall in love
Okay,
with
well-
the puzzle.
We'll see. You have to. It'll have to be for free on the PlayStation Store.
Lacing her damn pussy. Damn it.
All right, so
The power.
let's get into our last segment. Todd, you had something you wanted to do.
Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first annual Super Mega Crash Brothers Games Awards. Now, I sent Steven a list. I hope he said that he sent you a list.
He did.
Did y'all pick your top 3 from each category?
Okay. Well, you
From the
Here's
ones I
how-
was familiar with anyway.
Here's how that's how I did too, because I kind of picked. I tried to pick some that that I knew that we all played, and that they all got a lot of them were considered nominees anyway. But we're all going to pick our top 3. Now you pick them in the order that you like them the best, and your first place one gets 3 points. Your second place one gets 2 points. Your third place one gets 1 point. So we're going to total them up, and that's one total. And then I'll go by the Metacritic score and give them another point or 2. And that's how we're going to determine which is
The winners.
wins that,
Okay.
the winner. Okay, so Lace, we're going to start out with the biggest surprise of this year.
Okay.
And I
hold on.
have the
Okay. I got
the
the list.
nominees are Moss. I picked the No Man's Sky update because that was a pretty big surprise. A Way Out and Astrobot Rescue Mission.
So to be fair, I've played 2 of these games.
Okay.
So I'm going to say my first choice is A Way Out.
Okay.
I just totally dug it and I liked its premise. It was unique.
Yeah.
Moss, because that is a gorgeous game. It is a lot of fun. And then since I'm just going to go off of my friends' opinions, Astrobot Rescue Mission for the third one.
All right.
Because I heard people freaking fell in love with that game.
All right, Steven, let's hear yours.
So we're talking. I'm going from top to bottom, right?
Top to bottom, your
Okay.
best one to the third one.
I would have to give it to Moss.
Okay.
Because I thought that was a very unique way to do VR. I thought it was gorgeous. I thought just everything that I wanted a VR experience to be.
And it does have a cute mouse.
It does.
Let's be fair.
Then the Astrobots game would probably be my number 2 because they took this idea and they ran with it. I mean, this is something they did in one of their demos or one of their... I remember it was a side thing that they were doing in one of the other discs, and they fleshed it out. They ran with it. They did something big, and it works. You know, it's not something that's half-assed or broken. It's solid. And then last, I guess I'd have to give it to A Way Out because, I mean, the No Man's Sky thing was kind of cool, but it wasn't enough to kind of keep me intrigued. What they did with A Way Out was a very interesting, unique co-op idea.
I agree. All right. Now for me, my number 1 was A Way Out. My number 2 was Moss. And my number 3 was the Astrobot. And let's see here. Okay, so then for this I went by the Metacritic score to give another point. So that way we're not just picking, you know. So
Okay, yeah.
On this one, if you had the highest of the ones that we picked, because it looks like we've all picked the same 3. So let's see. Moss had an 85 for its Metacritic. A Way Out had 80. And Astrobot had 90.
Oh.
All right, so Astrobot gets 3 points. Astrobot gets 3 points. Moss gets 2. A Way Out gets 1. Okay, so now I'm going to total them up. We're gonna find out the winner. I know y'all are sitting here going, I hope he knows math.
Roll.
I should, this would have been
Should've brought
easier
a
if I just...
calculator.
Huh? Yeah, probably, because, I can't count.
I can't see them, so can't help you.
I mean,
So-
can I look at
That
it? 'Cause I
doesn't
can't-
help.
Let's see,
I have
Way
faith
Out.
in you, man. It's like 3 plus 2 plus 1.
A Way Out has 7 points. Moss has Moss also has 7. I'm just counting our voting right now. Moss also has 7 points from us.
Okay.
Astrobot has 4 points. Okay. Now, Astrobot is also awarded an extra 3 points, so it has 7. So we have a 3-way tie at this point.
See, that's the problem when you put in a fourth, I think. You got to have it uneven.
So now Moss gets 2 more points, so now it's at 9.
There we go.
And A Way Out gets 1 point, which puts it at 8. So Moss is the biggest surprise.
Moss is the
year.
biggest surprise.
It is awarded the Super Mega Crash Brothers Surprise of the Year. Moss.
Which is our heartfelt thank you.
Yeah, it's a very good. Okay, now let's go to.
It's worth a lot.
I want to do the biggest flop of the year this year.
Okay.
And I feel like
I think we already know what's probably going to happen here.
So I got Fallout 76. Metal Gear Survive. I picked the Impatient because I felt like it was going to be great, but it kind of.
I wanted to play it, but it's spoopy, so I had to wait for someone to play it so I can watch it.
And then Earthfall and Battlefield 5. So I'm going to go with the Lace. And you tell me your order.
my first one.
Which one do you think was the shittiest?
Okay, so but again, I feel bad because like I've only played like 2 of those games. So Fallout 76. I'm sorry, Bethesda. Like it was a lot of hype for what we got. And I realize we're still working on it, but we're judging this based off of 2018. Yes. So, and then I'm gonna say Metal Gear Survive for my second one. And then I'm just going to have to randomly pick one. And I'm going to say I've heard the most beef about Battlefield.
Okay.
I feel like my third one is always just going to be my friends' influences if I have not played the games. Because I trust them.
All right, Steven.
I'm going to have to give my top spot to Metal Gear Survive because I have heard nothing positive about that game whatsoever. I mean, even with Fallout 76, which is my number 2, there are things that
People
I've heard
like
people
it.
be like, this is all right and whatnot. So, but the way it was handled, the way it went down, it's disappointing to say the least. And then probably I'll give it to the third, to the Impatient, because I don't recall getting. I mean, I wanted to play it, but there was nothing about it that just stood out as like, you must come play. Because every time I see it, I'm like, yeah. I mean, if it was hyped enough, I would have been there. I would have been there immediately. But it was never enough to kind of keep me there, so I was like,
Yep, I agree. Now, for me, it goes Fallout because I love Fallout, and I haven't heard nothing but just shit. It's so bad that I haven't even played it, and I'm not going to go play it.
I played the beta, or at least.
So, and then my second one is going to be, Metal Gear. No, I'm sorry, Metal Gear's third. Impatience, because I was excited about that game, and it just. So then, like I said, Metal Gear is the last one because I've always liked Metal Gear, and like you, it's just got ripped.
Yeah.
So let's look and total it up. Fallout has 8 points.
I'm trying to give you guys something to listen to while he's.
Yeah, I thought like maybe the Jeopardy would be great.
I think I started that, yeah.
I mean, I could put that in.
I would play it right now, but I don't think it goes through the feed. So I actually have it hotkeyed on the stream deck.
I mean, I could add it in, but that's editing I have to do, and I don't want to do that.
And who knows? We may not have the rights to it anyway, so.
Yeah, we might not.
We've done it before.
You gotta win with it, man.
So the winner is, by a long shot, Fallout 76.
Fair enough.
I think that's.
It's your year to turn it around, though, Bethesda. Come on, man.
Yeah, they can do something.
We want to love you.
I did hear that they have a huge update coming. I think it already came out for the PC. Maybe.
I never
We'll
spent
see.
the money.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will hear about it.
Yeah.
I run in those circles.
Okay, so the next one is, I feel like I've played most of these games. The best indie of the year. Mm-hmm. The nominees are Dead Cells, Celeste, Minute, The Messenger, and Donut County. Lace.
Okay, my first one will be Dead Cells. Freaking awesome game. Love it. My second one will be The Messenger. Also very fun. And then my third one, I'm going to go with Donut County.
All right.
Good choice.
Steven?
I'm going to have to give my number 1 to Celeste.
Okay.
Because I think it's pretty solid. Number 2, I'd give it to Dead Cells because, it's pretty fun. I think I need some more time with it. And then finally, I would also have to give it to Donut County. It might have been short, but it was a fun 2 hours.
Yeah. All right. Mine is Dead Cells is number 1. My second one is Minute. It just felt like Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
And then Donut County.
A lot of love for the donut.
Got to give the donut. I enjoyed it when I played it from the get-go at PAX. So
Yeah.
It's a game I want more of. They could have made it last for 4 hours, and I would have been happy.
yeah,
There's just something satisfying about it,
Yeah, for sure. Maybe they'll do some DLC or something.
Mm-hmm.
Jump on that bandwagon, man.
Please.
We want more.
All right, let's see now. 90, 81.
I'm trying to think of songs about math.
I know. That's what I was just thinking in my head. I'm like,
You should just play
what
the
are
MASH
math
theme
songs?
song.
The MASH theme
Yeah,
song? That
sing from
makes
that-
no sense.
I know, exactly.
Suicide is painless. You're waiting for some changes. We're
Oh
waiting
God! I was sitting here actually just even trying to think what the MASH theme song was.
Oh, just keep going.
All right, so
He's done math.
I've done
Yeah,
Oh, he stopped.
sort of.
Oh,
No,
yeah, well,
he's not done though.
I thought he was going to say numbers.
Okay.
This is serious stuff.
The winner is of the best indie of the year, getting the Super Mega Crash Brother Award, is Dead Cells.
Ta-da!
Nice.
Ta-da!
Nice.
Now the next one to me is going to be tough
I
because
was waiting. I was waiting for it.
I feel like we're all going to have it's probably going to be a lot of math on this next one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the same numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it's gonna. I think there's going to be a lot of different picks here. Maybe not. It might be the same 3.
Well, who knows?
We'll see. Let's just
Go
get
for
into
go
it.
for
Game of the year.
Game of the year.
Here are the nominees. Number 1. I wish we could. I wish we could play like a trailer for each one of them.
Wow. We'll have to do videos.
Yeah. So Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War. I wish I had that epic voice. God of War.
God of War.
Monster Hunter World, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Smash Brothers Ultimate. All right, Lace.
All right. Well, I know everyone's gonna go groan, but Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War. Let me look at it again. And I'm gonna go again because of all of my friends' influences. Smash Brothers Ultimate. I've not heard anyone say they hate that game.
Nope, me either. Steven.
This
is
hard.
tough for you.
Yeah, because I've been contemplating about God of War now. I guess because I was so removed from it, I've forgotten how good it was, and I'm seeing it all.
It was a long time ago, yeah.
Just like Jesus, it was so awesome, but compared to Spider-Man, but maybe in this instance I'll give it to it, God of War, because it was epic. It was amazing. There was no DLC and extra stuff. It was just like, this is your game, this is your story. Here, that's it.
Very
That's
well
all you're
done.
getting.
Yep.
And it's everything you want it to be.
But that's not to take away from Spider-Man by any means.
No,
or
no, no,
Red Dead.
no, by no means. And Spider-Man would definitely get my number 2 because I'm a Spider-Man nut. I'm trying to be fair about it, so I'm not being swayed by my love for the character. But everything about that game was just, I could go in at any point in time and just enjoy swinging through New York. Any point in time. But lastly, I guess I'll give it to Red Dead because, I mean, I know I'm just now playing it, but I was overwhelmed at first. But the more I'm playing it, I'm just like, this is...
That's usually the first reaction, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first time, or just where I was talking about just walking through and exploring, that was fun.
Yeah.
I could see myself getting lost just walking through the forest, just taking in the sights.
Yeah, it's just so easy to do that. Mm-hmm. All right, so my 3 are... Wait, what did you... No, mine are exactly the same as yours. God of War, just because I was into that game so hard. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man is number 2 because it's still fresh on my mind. Not fresh on my mind, but like I haven't forgotten it. And then Red Dead because it's just, that's an epic game too. But it's hard to pick between these 3.
Yeah.
So now it's cue the music.
Oh, I just knocked it out.
I don't know what
That's
noise
about
I
as
was
epic as
making,
it was.
but-
Yeah, that's all the epic. for me.
I thought he was going to be done. I was trying to hang the cue.
Almost done.
I'm buying him a calculator for next year.
I could start singing Backstreet Boys. That would hurry him up.
No, don't do that.
You are my fire. Desire. Yes. Tell me why. Is there no Brooklyn Nine-Nine fans here? Come on, man.
Well, I've wanted to watch it. It's just now it moved to another network, so I'm lost.
All right.
It's on NBC now. He's back home.
Back home.
10.
This math is taking forever. I mean,
It really is.
thought I had a calculator in my hand. I would have been done by
It's
now.
just looking around.
And everybody's got a
Okay.
phone.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
The suspense.
Coming in at number 3, which is no small feat this year, is Spider-Man. Number 2, and it was close between that one and God of War, which is the winner. Red Dead Redemption. God of War is the winner.
God of War, congratulations.
Boy, we have won again.
That is, we're going to send them a trophy.
Yeah.
Not really. But if they're listening, congratulations. You won the first annual Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo Game of the Year Award.
You have been validated
GG.
by us.
Yes. Congratulations to all the winners.
To hell with the Game Awards.
There's at least 2 people who have been waiting for that.
Next year, we will have a calculator and probably 1 or 2 more, categories.
And all these other things. This is a trial basis. We're trying it out, feeling it out. We'll get it more thought out
Yeah.
for 2019's Game of the Awards.
Yeah.
We'll even give it a fancier title like the Turbo Awards
Yeah,
or the Meggies or the Crash Brosers. We're working on that.
Yeah, it's a working title.
Like the Oscars,
The first annual Untitled
So, anyway.
Awards.
But hey, there you go.
Congrats.
You got your awards. And that was our show, people.
First one of the year.
That's right. Remember, if you want to help support the show, you can go to patreon.com/pencil and paper productions. You can follow us on Twitter at Super Mega Crash. You can find us on I wrote out Instagram. How about that? Instagram.
Well, it's instrumental.
It's Instagram, and that's Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo. You can also shoot us an email at supermegacrash@gmail.com. Don't forget to tell your friends to find us on the Pencil and Paper Podcast Network, like you've been told at the beginning and at the end of this podcast. That's a new thing now. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Podbean, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you want to listen. We're there.
All of the places.
Everywhere.
Thank you so much for listening. I am Stephen White.
I'm Todd Stark.
And I am Lacey Finley.
Join us again next time, Super Mega Crash siblings. But until then, game on.
This has been a Pencil and Paper Podcast Network production.